This is to show how Laila makes our homemade eggnog. Go Laila.
All right, so super tasty recipe. And the ingredients are 2 cups of cream, 2 cups of milk. I would also either combine half and half with cream or milk, whichever you've got on hand. But it basically totals up to 4 cups of liquid. And then 1/3 of a cup, I'm using maple syrup. Last time I did half of that 1/3 of a cup maple syrup and half sugar. Or you could do 1/3 of a cup of sugar. If you wanted sweeter, you can, of course, add more sweetness. And then I've got 6 egg yolks and then 3 egg whites that I'll be beating separately and then incorporating afterwards. And then the lovely spices and flavoring, we've got vanilla, nutmeg, a little bit of clove and some cinnamon. So I'll heat up the liquids and then beat the egg yolks with the sweetness. Once the milk and cream has come to just below boiling, I'll take it off and then temper the eggs and then create a custard. So I'll see you then.
And have to talk. Just that's the maple syrup with the egg yolk. Laila forgot to say we do add a wee bit of spice.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of it.
Okay.
So now I'm going to temper. I've waited for the milk and cream to be steaming, you know, close to boiling.
So not
point.
boiling,
Not
right?
boiling, yeah.
And not even simmering, just
yeah.
steaming, right?
You can see the steam coming up. And now I'm tempering the eggs. So I'm not making scrambled eggs. I need to first temper.
So you're making basically custard.
Custard, yes.
Without,
yeah.
So impatience here would create a lovely bowl of scrambled eggs, right?
Right, yeah. So now I'm transferring back
the tempered mixture into the rest of the creamy, milky substance. Okay, wait. So Laila's put the temperature of the plate down quite a bit. And the mixture is now talking about the patience. What is it that you wanted to say there?
Yeah, so this is the patient part, is where you keep stirring until it becomes custard. So it's got to be thick enough that if you wipe the backside of the spoon, that you can see a streak. So it's thick enough.
Okay. So you just keep doing that.
Yeah.
How long does that take?
I've never timed it. Maybe.
But it's several minutes, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So a little bit of salt, and we mean a little bit, like that's what Laila directed me, not much. Goes into the egg white.
Yes.
Swing. There. Okay.
Right, so now I'm going to beat the egg whites.
And this is multitasking. Laila says the egg whites have to have stiff peaks, like that.
So now we're getting to a nice.
And you said that you don't want that to boil, right?
No,
so you keep going because it's at a temperature high enough to make it boil.
Right.
And it's starting to make small bubbles.
Yeah.
So keep going.
So we'll
the test.
there, and then Little
that
bit
good?
more. A little bit more. But look, it's already done a little bit of, you can see the custard there, and it'll thicken a little bit. Switch it off, take it off the heat.
So that's thick enough, huh?
I think it looks pretty good.
And you said once it cools, it thickens more, right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
So now I'm going to add the vanilla, the nutmeg, clove and cinnamon.
Those guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to add to my mixture a teaspoon of vanilla because we like vanilla in our family. And then I'm going to add a half a teaspoon of nutmeg.
Okay.
Nutmeg.
Okay.
Now, if you have we ran out of the nutmeg, the actual nutmeg, which you then grate on top. That's great, but I don't have any, so we ran out of. So using the powdered.
And we put cinnamon on top, right? Sprinkle cinnamon
As well.
Yeah.
So I've got a half a teaspoon, and then I'll do a teaspoon of cinnamon and a quarter of clove. Teaspoon of cinnamon, because we love approximate. We love cinnamon.
It's not all that important. It's just to taste,
Yeah.
anyways, right?
And then
What do we have here?
this is
Clove.
clove.
Yeah, that one
Yeah.
shouldn't overdo, eh?
No, I'm just going to do actually an eighth. Yeah, just a
As nice as it smells, it can easily
overpower. Yeah.
overpower something. And that's it for now.
Yeah, and then I'll add in
There.
the rum.
Aha! Finally! You get your day.
Yes. Oops, on the hot
Oops.
surface. Where's my ounces?
So the rum is definitely a to taste kind of a thing. What are you looking for?
Oh yeah, the ounces. So
Personally, I don't mind if it's overdone, but depends on whether your children is gonna have some of it too, which they
Yeah.
would love to.
I've put 2 ounces, so 2 to 2.5 ounces is fine.
And that's the guy. No. Okay. Doesn't really matter. Whatever your preference of rum. I mean, and one doesn't have to use rum. It's just our little thing to use rum, right?
That's right. You
I
can
mean,
use
you can bourbon, I suppose. I don't really know
whiskey,
those things.
bourbon,
Whiskey,
a combination.
whatever floats your boat. Okay.
Okay, so I would normally let it cool down a little bit more, but I'm just gonna so it doesn't cook the alcohol. So I'm just gonna, or you could actually add it afterwards once you've combined the egg white.
The egg white. Oof, that smells good.
So now I'm going to actually I'm just going to take a little bit of the egg white and oopsie, just
Working in.
just do a little bit of, because I'm going to now incorporate the egg whites
Into there.
into this.
And you have to do it bit by bit or what?
I'm actually going to, this is my way of making it a bit smoother, or like easier to incorporate. So then that, and I'm going to,
Oh, there it goes in one
that,
giant.
and then I'm going to fold it in. So.
What does folding it in mean?
So it's like this without breaking the egg whites, just incorporating them, folding them in.
And how long does that take? A while. A wee while. That's what the rum is for.
Doesn't take that long.
So that's the eggnog all folded in. Pouring it into the container that's going to house it.
I'll just,
Wait, okay, so
I'm going to put it in the fridge so it cools down, and then we'll have some tonight. And it's always a little bit better even the next day. So.
that's true. And even though there's cinnamon in, once we pour it, we kind of put a little bit of sprinkle, a bit of cinnamon on the top, right?
Yep.
Thanks, Lai. That's
You're
great.
welcome.